चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणे। परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महाविधन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरक्षे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्तः नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, so this particular pastime of Lord Nityananda, which we are going to sing the bhajan, is regarding Nityananda Prabhu's preaching activities. Okay, so before that, we want to welcome some of the new devotees here. We have some of the new families who we do not see as often. Okay, we have Mahi Prabhu and Mataji, Lakshmi Mataji, and one more Lakshmi Mataji. So we have two Lakshmi Devis here. Okay, so Raju Prabhu, your house is get to be abundant Lakshmi here today. And you should put some pictures of the lordships also on the walls rather than all these posters. Okay, so wherever we see, we should be able to take the darshan of the lordships. We should have some photos of the lordships on all our rooms. Okay, so once again, welcome everyone. We have Timma Prabhu also coming after a long time. Anybody else I'm missing? Okay. Alright, so this particular pastime, Lord Nityananda. Who is Lord Nityananda? Kids, do you know? Incarnation of Lord Balaram. Okay, so Nityananda is non-different from Lord Balaram, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Balaram appeared as Lord Nityananda. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared for the purpose of distributing the love of Godhead. And in the form of Lord Balaram, we know Lord Balaram, he gets very angry sometimes. And he is known for killing some of the demons. Right? He destroyed many demons. And when he got angry, he killed one of the sages also, because he was not following the basic etiquettes of as a Vaishnava culture. So Lord Balaram became angry and killed him, and on his spot he positioned his son, that sage's son. But here, as Lord Nityananda is very compassionate. Lord Nityananda does not get angry at anybody. Even the most wretched person, the most sinful, Nityananda Prabhu does not get angry at them. He is falling at their feet, requesting them, please chant the holy name. And how is that particular incident happen is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he calls all his associates. Okay, Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur. He tells them, go door to door and distribute the holy name. Go door to door and distribute the holy name. Whomever you meet, tell them to chant the holy name. Tell them to chant the name of Krishna. So that is what Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur they are doing. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sends them as teams. Okay, not as one-man team. So it's an actual team where Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they are one team. So they go together and knocking on the doors. And when somebody opens the door, they see nobody is on the door. And they look here and there. Then they look down. And Nityananda Prabhu is falling down at their feet and telling them, please chant the holy name. So Nityananda Prabhu, he is intoxicated with love of Godhead. He is intoxicated with the holy name. And he is distributing this holy name to everyone. Okay, so that is this particular bhajan which we are going to sing about today. The call of Lord Nityananda for everyone to chant the holy name. And he himself is intoxicated with the holy name. Okay, so we are going to sing that one. And please excuse me, I am not a singer. I cannot sing nicely. But I will just try to say these lines. And I will try to see if Mridanga Kartal can match with that. Okay. So Lord Nityananda, he is also called Prema Datta. Prema Datta means he is distributing the love. Prema Datta. And he is called Pagala Nitai. He is maddened. Right? He is madman. So that is what the words used here. Okay, ready? So try to repeat the words after me. It's very simple. Okay, North India style bhajan. Okay, in Hindi language you will be easily able to follow the wordings. Prem datta nitai bole gaur hari hari bol. 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 Gaur hari hari bol. Gaur hari hari bol. Hari bol, Gaur Hari Hari bol. Pagala Nitai bole Gaur Hari Hari bol. Prem Datta Nitai bole Gaur Hari Hari bol. 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 गीताए जाए द्वारे द्वारे गौर 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 पुकारे. गीताए जाए द्वारे द्वारे गौर 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 पुकारे. गीताए जाए द्वारे द्वारे गौर 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 पुकारे. निताय जाए द्वारे द्वारे गौर 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 पुकारे. एक बार हरि बोल. एक बार हरि बोल. एक बार हरि बोल. एक बार हरि बोल. भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं. एक बार हरि बोल. भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं. एक बार हरि बोल. हरि 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 बोल. हरि 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 बोल. तर जाएगा, नाम लिए ते तर जाएगा, नाम लिए ते तर जाएगा, श्री वृंदावन धाम पाएगा, नाम लिए ते तर जाएगा, श्री वृंदावन धाम पाएगा, श्री राधा रमन पाएगा, श्री वृंदावन धाम पाएगा, नाम लिए ते तर जाएगा, वृंदावन धाम पाएगा। आई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, आई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, अगला निताई बोले एक बार हरि बोल, अगला निताई बोले एक बार हरि बोल, 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 मीठा मीठा नाम बोल, राधा बोल, श्याम बोल, मीठा मीठा नाम बोल, राधा बोल, श्याम बोल, अगला निताई बोले एक बार हरि बोल, नाम लिए ते तर जाएगा, नाम लिए ते तर जाएगा, श्री वृंदावन धाम पाएगा, नाम लिए ते तर जाएगा, श्री वृंदावन धाम पाएगा, यम के द्वारे दियो ताला, यम के द्वारे दियो ताला, सभी पीले प्रेम प्याला, यम के द्वारे दिए ताला, सभी पीले नाम प्याला, यम के द्वारे दिए ताला, सभी पीले नाम प्याला, कोई नरक नहीं जाएगा, कोई नरक नहीं जाएगा, जो हरे कृष्ण गाएगा, कोई नरक नहीं जाएगा, जो हरे कृष्ण गाएगा, श्री वृंदावन धाम पाएगा, राधा रमन पाएगा, जो हरि नाम गाएगा, निताई जाए द्वारे द्वारे, गौर 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 पुकारे, निताई जाए द्वारे द्वारे, गौर 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 पुकारे, पागला निताई बोले गौर गौर हरि बोल, निताई जाए द्वारे द्वारे, गौर 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 पुकारे, निताई जाए द्वारे द्वारे, गौर 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 पुकारे, प्रभु निताई नाचे रे, प्रभु निताई नाचे रे, हरि हरि वाचे रे, प्रभु निताई नाचे रे, हरि हरि वाचे रे, प्रभु निताय नाचे रे, हरि हरि वाचे रे, प्रभु निताय नाचे रे, कृष्ण प्रेम याचे रे, प्रभु निताय नाचे रे, कृष्ण प्रेम याचे रे। भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, एक बार हरि बोल, एक बार हरि बोल, गौर हरि हरि बोल, गौर हरि हरि बोल, गौर हरि हरि बोल, गौर हरि हरि बोल। प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, 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 गौर हरि हरि बोल। प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल। भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल। मीठा मीठा नाम बोल, सुबह बोल, शाम बोल, मीठा मीठा नाम बोल, राधे बोल, श्याम बोल, भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल। Just visualize Nityananda Prabhu is standing in front of you, falling at your feet and requesting you, please, please, please chant the holy name. भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, भाई तेरे पाँव पड़ूं एक बार हरि बोल, गौर हरि 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 हरि बोल। प्रेम दत्ता निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, पागल निताय बोले गौर हरि हरि बोल, एक बार हरि बोल, एक बार हरि बोल, हरि 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 बोल। Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Kunj Bihari Radha Kunj Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Radhe. Jaya Nitai Gaur Sundar Jaya Nitai Gaur Sundar Jaya Nitai Gaur Sundar Jaya Nitai Gaur Sundar. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. जय श्री राधा कुंज बिहारी भगवान की जय, श्री राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ भगवान की जय, श्री निताई गौर सुंदर की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, Hare Krishna. So thank you for your enthusiastic participation. So, kids want to sit here or they want to go to their own?
Yeah, kids class.
Yes. Okay, you have to be very quiet.
Okay.
Okay? No monkey business.
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
Good
luck handling us. Oh, good luck handling us.
Okay, so Raju Prabhu, do you have a copy of Bhagavad Gita? Can I get a copy of Bhagavad Gita? Okay, everybody just move to your new place peacefully, quietly. Okay, so regarding the bhajan which we sang, okay, quietly, all the children. So the wording of the bhajan was very straightforward.
Yes. Yes.
And very nice wording there. So Nityanand Prabhu is falling at the feet of everybody and requesting, Bhai tere paun padu, ek bar Hari bol. And I am falling at your feet. Please once say the holy name. Say Hari bol. Say Hare Krishna. And the another wording was, Yam ke dware diyo tala. That the abode of Yamaraj will be locked out, right? Nobody will go there if you chant the holy name. No, koi narak nahi jayega. So Yam ke dware diyo tala. So that is the benefit of chanting the holy name, that you will not have to face Yamaraj. You will go to the spiritual abode of Lord Krishna. Shri Vrindavan Dham paega. Okay. So today we are going to do something different. Our topic today is how to measure our spiritual progress. How to measure our spiritual progress, the way we measure our material success.
Yes.
Right? People have many ways to measure their spiritual material success. How do we measure our material success? How much I have in my bank balance, how big house I have, what kind of car I drive, what kind of position I have in my office, in company. Based on all that, either we ourselves measure our material success, or people in our social circle, they measure our success based on these things. Right? But how do we measure our spiritual success? So for that, we'll just start with reading one verse of Bhagavad Gita, random verse. Okay? I have no fixed verse in my mind.
Oh, random.
I'm going to do one task here. I'm going to say, Balaprabhu, say pick one number between 1 and 18.
17.
17. Okay. So, chapter 17. Pick one number between 1 and 18. So, you pick 17. Okay. So, Raju Prabhu, pick one number between 1 and 28.
It's a 7.
7. So we are going to read 17.7 by just reading one verse, and based on that we'll just start our discussion.
Awesome.
Okay? Yeah, just selecting one random verse, but we know what is the topic we are going to cover today. Okay, nice verse.
And Prabhu,
Yeah.
one word. I have a plan to develop the technology to measure the active intelligence.
To measure the
Active intelligence. Active intelligence is nothing but the spiritual consciousness.
okay. So developing a technology to measure spiritual consciousness of somebody.
So that if I say to someone, they will blame first of all, what is that? But the instrument is saying to them, hey, your consciousness is 0.00001, then they will open up their intelligence.
Yeah, if they're ready to accept, first of all, right? Because people measure their IQ, intelligent quotient, that how much somebody is intelligent, right? For that there are so many IQ tests. We already have that technology, something called SQ, right? Spiritual quotient. That what is your spiritual quotient? How conscious you are towards spirituality. So that's something, concept is there. And now in terms of measuring how our brain waves react to that, there are many physicians, many doctors, they have done many research actually to measure somebody's consciousness in terms of, they did study based on a sample size of many different people from different backgrounds. Somebody chanting the holy name, somebody not chanting the holy name. and what is the pattern of their brain waves. Okay, so in our devotee circle there are doctor, psychologists also, and they have done these sort of studies measuring the brain waves of different people, and they have noticed somebody who is chanting the holy name, their brain waves are completely different than other people. So their level of consciousness is different than other people who are just into material consciousness. So something like that concept is there. And yes, we need to open up to our spiritual consciousness rather than just material consciousness. So the verse we picked today, 17.7, let's read that verse. Aharastu api sarvasya trividho bhavati priyah yajnastapa tatha danam tesham vedham imam shuno. Adharastu api sarvasya, not adhara, sorry, aharastu api sarvasya trividho bhavati priya yajnastapah tatha danam tesham vedham imam shuno. Even the food each person prefers is of three kinds, according to the three modes of material nature. The same is true of sacrifice, austerity and charity. Now hear of the distinctions between them. Okay, so very nice verse. Something related to measuring our spiritual success, spiritual progress. Okay, so Lord's divine arrangement, the verse which came up, how we measure our spiritual progress. So this verse is saying the food is of three types, in three modes, and same way the sacrifice, austerity, charity, that is also of three types. Now hear of the distinction between them. In the next set of verses, Lord Krishna is going to explain charity in three modes. What is the kind of charity in mode of goodness, passion, ignorance? What is the food in three modes? And what is the type of austerity one performs in three different modes? And what is the type of sacrifices one do in three different modes? Right? Somebody in the ignorance, his sacrifice, his charity is different. In the mode of goodness, their level of sacrifice, austerity and charity is different. So that is the scale of spiritual progress also. So purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. In terms of different situations in the modes of material nature, there are differences in the manner of eating and performing sacrifices, austerities and charities. They are not all conducted on the same level. Those who can understand analytically what kind of performance are in what modes of material nature are actually wise. Those who consider all kinds of sacrifices or food or charity to be the same cannot discriminate. And they are foolish. They are missionary workers who advocate that one can do whatever he likes and attain perfection. But these foolish guides are not acting according to the direction of the scripture. They are manufacturing ways and misleading the people in general. So, something related to discrimination first of all. What is discrimination? Is discrimination good or discrimination bad?
There's two kinds of discrimination.
Yes. So if we just speak this word discrimination, the material consciousness, that material concept is one should not discriminate between others, right? And we talk about equal opportunity for everybody. And discrimination means not discriminating based on gender, based on caste, based on
Race.
age, based on ethnicity, based on one's culture, background. So not discriminating based on that. So one should not discriminate. But still, the second type of discrimination, that is, we need to discriminate based on what is good for me, what is bad for me. Right? We need to understand that difference. So that level of differentiation, that type of discrimination is important, is needed. That we need to understand what is beneficial for me and what is unbeneficial or what is harmful for me, right? So that level of discrimination is needed. So that is the type of food also, right? We need to discriminate what I should eat. I don't want to eat anything and everything, whatever comes in front of me, just pick up and put in the mouth, right? We need to have some level of discrimination. Giving charity, what type of charity I want to give, to whom I give charity. Yes, we need to understand that clearly. We need to have little differentiation in that. What type of austerities I perform, right? There need to be some discrimination in that sense, because there is austerity in the mode of ignorance also, there is austerity in the mode of goodness also. Austerity in the mode of ignorance is described doing something by harming yourself. You are harming others also. You are harming yourself also. You are doing the austerity for the purpose of harming others also, right? That is austerity in mode of ignorance. And there are so many people mentioned, so many different examples given in scripture. Somebody performed austerity to hurt somebody, right? To gain some power so they can hurt others, right? That is the austerity in mode of ignorance. And doing austerity in mode of passion is harming yourself physically to gain something material. Everybody is doing in this material world, everybody is doing austerity in the mode of passion, right? People, yes, they do get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock. They are ready by 6 o'clock. But then to go to work, right? To reach work by 6:37, so that I can work very hard day and night, so that I can earn more money. I can earn some position. So doing austerity, that is also austerity. They are also doing austerity, but that austerity is in mode of passion, to achieve something material, name, fame, position. And then austerity in the mode of goodness is doing some volunteer austerity for higher purpose, for benefit of others, as well as for the spiritual purpose. So doing Ekadashi Vrata, right, which is meant for the purpose of pleasing the Supreme Lord. Getting up early in the morning, chanting the holy name for spiritual progress. So getting up early in the morning, of course, it's austerity, right? Taking bath in the morning, that's an austerity. But what is the purpose behind that? That is a higher purpose, to elevate our spiritual consciousness, to connect ourselves with the Supreme Lord. So one need to understand what type of austerity I am performing. Now, how do we measure our spiritual progress? What is the measure of our spiritual progress? Action. What kind of activities I am doing? Right? So let's say one day I get up and I do chanting nicely. One day I go to temple once in blue moon. And in that day, then I feel like, oh, I'm very spiritual person, right? I'm doing chanting. I am coming to temple. I am coming to satsang program. So yes, I am spiritually fit. Right? One may feel I am spiritually fit. I am doing something. It is just like somebody is a very diseased person. Somebody is suffering from some disease. Then once in a while he goes to the gym and half an hour does exercise. And that day that person thinks, oh, today I came to gym, I did exercise, I'm alright, I'm doing good, I'm fit. That person is diseased, but once in a while he comes to gym and he feels, now I'm fit. That is the situation. Right? Is that also our situation in our spiritual life also? That once in a while we practice something in spirituality, once in a while we do japa, once in a while we hear some spiritual discourse, and then we think, yes, I'm doing my job, I'm doing my part for my spiritual progress. So that is not the measure of our spiritual progress. It has to be consistent. It has to be stable. If we are doing the spiritual activity consistently, if we are stable in our activities, not going back and forth, then we are progressing in our spiritual life. And then one very common thing we hear from many people is, why to come regularly? I come when I like. When I have time, then I can come. And sometimes people say, if I come once, we invite people. We invite many people, and many people will give so many different sort of excuses. One excuse comes is, oh, if I start coming once, then every week they will expect me. Right? Then I have to come every week. So better I don't go at all. Because if I come once, then they will be behind me. Then they will be telling me every week, oh, please come, please come. So I don't want to have that level of commitment. I will go whenever I like. But do we do the same thing for our office? When you go for an interview for job, do you tell your hiring manager, if I start coming to job, then you will expect me every day, sir? That's too much for me. That level of commitment is too much for me. I will come when I like. Right? You should give me salary every end of the month, but I will come whenever I like. You should not force me to come every day, every week, then every day, 5 days a week. Do we say that sort of things? We take our kids to so many different classes. Do we tell them that, oh, don't pressurize me to come bring my kid to every week in the class? I will bring him whenever he likes or whenever I like. Whenever I have time, then I will bring him in the class. So we don't do that level of mentality in all our other activities. Either it's kids activities, our professional activities. But when it comes to spiritual life, then we always have that sort of mentality. I will do when I like. I will come when I like. Krishna should take care of me. He should keep providing me whatever my desires or my needs are. But Krishna, I will come to you whenever I like, whenever I have free time. So we need to have the spiritual practice on a consistent basis, on a stable basis. So, and one exercise which I want to do today. What is our values of life? What do we value in the life? What do we want to attain? What do we want to achieve? It could be your material goals, it could be your health related things, it could be your family related things, and it could be something, your social related things also. I am too much into social activities. I want to do this, I want to do that. So it could be something social related things, it could be something related to our spiritual life also. Right? What do I value the most? What is important for me in life? Is making money, having $1 billion in my bank account, is that the value I am aspiring for? Is having good relationship with family members, that is my aspiration? Protecting the nature, is that my vision, my values towards that? Cow protection, my values towards that? Chanting the holy name, studying the scriptures, memorizing the shlokas. So it could be so many different things, right? What do we value in our life? What am I aspiring for? So I want you to do, I'm going to pass on these papers, and I want everybody to write down some of your values in life. What are you aspire for, right? What do you aspire for in life? And especially focus on the spiritual quotient, spiritual values also. Right? What do I really want to attain? Why am I coming to the program? Why I do the chanting of the holy name? Why do I come to temple? What is my goal of these things? So what are my values? And you can write other things also. So I'm going to just do 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to give 5 minutes. And in the 5 minutes, you can write down whatever comes, you can pass on these papers to everybody. And one person can take this box and pass out these pencils also. You can pass on these pencils. So everybody write down, at least try to write down 5-7 things. What are the values of your life? Okay. So anybody online also, if somebody is watching, you can do that same thing. You can take a piece of paper and write down your values. What is your aspiration in life? What are you aspiring for in your spiritual life, in your social life or family life? What do you value the most? And make sure you mention some things based on spiritual life also.
Not goals, values.
Values or goals you can put in same way. So that is the values, right? That's what you want to aspire for.
Right?
So again, I can give you some hints, some ideas, right? Goal in terms of chanting. I want to chant 16 rounds very attentively. I want to read Srimad Bhagavatam in 2 years. I want to memorize these many shlokas. I want to help in cow protection. I want to help with environmental cause. So these sort of things. I want to have $1 million in my bank balance by the age of 45. So these are some of the ideas. You can write down whatever you like, right? Some your material goals, material values also. That is what I am aspiring for. Okay. Is everybody done?
30 seconds. I'm kidding. Put your names on it. Hello?
No, you don't have to put your name. That's fine.
Probably yours gone.
No, if you want to put your name, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
put
right.
my name. Yeah.
And you don't have to give it to me. You don't have to collect and give it to me. You keep it to yourself.
Okay, except we do want the pencils back.
Yes. No, you can keep pencils also for now. That's fine.
Taking one too many tests in my life.
Then start Bhakti Shastri book. Then you will see the number of tests,
I know.
assignments and exams. Again, you will feel like you started undergrad course.
Yeah, I'm doing my own Bhakti Shastri but no tests. By myself I'm reading. Yeah.
Okay, everybody is ready?
Yep.
Okay. So you have some values in your life, your aspirations. Now the next part, it's your own introspection. You don't have to tell me. So for your introspection, our next part I'm going to tell you. Now, if I tell all of you that we were videotaping all of you for last 6 months. Okay, so we were videotaping all of you for last 6 months, 24/7. And we have all those video recordings, what you have been doing in the 6 months. And we give all those video tapes to one agency, try them to analyze all the video recordings of your last 6 months.
Artificial intelligence.
And tell, in your opinion, by looking at all those 6 months of activities of each individual person, tell us, in your opinion, what are the values of this person? You think your activities in the last 6 months, whatever you have been doing, if somebody analyze those and writes those values, or analyze and give their opinion what your values are, is it going to match with what you have written on the piece of paper?
Very little.
Okay, so that is the exercise which I want you to do, introspection. You all have written some values, right? What do you value in your life? But now we need to introspect. Am I doing the activities which match with my values? Am I really doing those activities, something leading me towards those values? And then check on what are those values which will be matching with the activities you have been doing in last 6 months. How many activities you will be able to check mark then? Okay, that is next part of the exercise. Now introspect yourself. What activities I have been doing right now in the last 6 months at least? Is those activities going to help me to attain those values?
Actually, it's looking a little better the more I study it.
Okay,
Yeah, because it was so bad, this is good.
that's good.
Yeah.
So if you think, yes, the activities which I have been doing those are the pathway for me to lead to these values, then I am on the right track. And there is a scope of improvement where I need to fix my lifestyle so that I can really achieve those values what I aspire for. For example, my values are I want to chant 16 rounds very attentively. Okay, I want to be very consistent in chanting every day, very attentively. Am I doing activities based on that to lead to that? I want to read Srimad Bhagavatam. Am I doing these things in last 6 months which will make sure, yes, I will be able to finish reading Srimad Bhagavatam? Or it is just like a dream? Right? I want to attain a very good health. But are my activities ensuring that yes, I am leading towards that? To either eat healthy or to do some exercise. So these are again some examples, some ideas I'm throwing at you. So you write down your own values of life and then introspect based on your activities in life. Are those helping me to move towards gaining those values? How far am I from those? Am I on the right track at least? So we need to measure our spiritual progress also in that way. Okay, I want to be fixed in spiritual life, not just as a visitor, a come and go kind of thing, or coming as an obligation kind of thing. I want to take it as my own responsibility. It's for me. It's not for somebody else. Okay, I am coming for myself. I am chanting for myself. I am not chanting for Vrindanath Das. I am not chanting for Jugal Kishore Prabhu. I am doing it for myself. I am coming to temple for myself, for my own progress. So we need to introspect on regular basis so we can move forward on the path steadily. Any questions? Any questions? Where is Satish Prabhu? He is with Govinandan? So, is it a little heavy?
No.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. This is required, Prabhu. Required.
No, yeah, I mean, it's a very basic exercise, right? It's a very basic exercise. We
Yes.
need to do that. Not just that, okay, I heard 1 hour. At the end of the class, many devotees will come and say, very nice class, Prabhuji, very nice class. Very nice class. And you ask somebody, okay, please tell me 5 points from the class. How many of you will be able to tell the 5 points from the class after hearing 1 hour?
If I made notes, yes.
If you make notes, yes. After you hear 1 hour, how much is in the memory? Make a habit to write down the important points from that. Okay, then it will stay in your memory for longer time and you can reference back also. Not immediately, maybe while listening to the class making notes, because that's also sometimes is distracting. You can listen to the class and at end of class just see how much I do really remember what I heard in 1 hour and put those in writing, those points. Let's see how much I remember. And if you start doing that, next time your hearing will be more attentive. You will be able to write down more points. Next time your hearing will be even more attentive. So in that way your attentiveness in hearing also will increase. Always try to write down what points you remember after 1 hour listening to the class. You are attending Sunday feast class, write down whoever the speaker was, whatever the topic they spoke, whatever the important points you remember, right? Whatever stories they quoted, whatever other examples they quoted, try to write down those. You came to Bhakti Vriksha, whatever you heard in 1 hour, Write down what was the overall content, what were the different stories quoted, what were the main points, what was the take-home message.
Prabhu, I can add one point.
Mhm.
In this universe, everything is created initially,
Everything is created
initially in the mind.
initially in the mind. Okay.
First, the thought is created in the mind. Whatever objects we are seeing here around us,
Mm-hmm.
either here or you can go with a million miles away also. Whatever we are seeing is created in the mind first. Then someone is writing into the, as you mentioned, paper. So that point in the mind is written to the paper. Already it's got materialized in the paper. But in order to make it reality, materialized, so we may need 5 hours or 10 hours or million hours or billion hours I need to convert that. If I want to build one aeroplane, it has to go to the moon. I need billion hours, and I need million people also to work on that. So that's why, as you mentioned, thought or whatever we design, we are writing into the paper, it's already some materialized. Now that one we will see means anytime we will see we get inspired, and try to.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever we are desiring to do, whatever we are aspiring to do, you have noted down. You have to then act on that, right? You have to materialize that, not just keeping it into the dreaming state. That's why we say there is a dreaming stage and there is an acting stage. So don't keep the things in the dreaming stage. That, oh, I wish to. There is a difference in desire and goal. What is the difference in desire and goal?
Desire, do not act upon.
Yeah,
You
desire.
don't have to. You don't have to.
Desire is just that, oh, it will be nice to have, right? That is some sort of a desire. Nice to have things. Oh, I desire to have $1 billion in my account. I desire to have a world tour. Nice to have kind of things. But the goal is something which you act towards. I really want to achieve this particular thing. And then you break it down into smaller steps, right? Actionable steps, measurable steps, and then you act on that. So whatever you wrote down in terms of your values, your goals, that also again you can break it down into measurable actions. Next 6 months, these are my steps towards these visions, towards these goals. Okay, break it down into smaller steps. I want to read Bhagavatam. Next 6 months, I want to finish first canto. Okay, break down into smaller goal. I want to read Bhagavad Gita. Next 6 months, I want to finish reading Bhagavad Gita. I want to memorize 100 shlokas. In the next 6 months, I want to memorize at least 30 shlokas. So, break it down into smaller steps. I want to reach to 16 rounds chanting by the end of this year. And for that, by the end of March, I want to be chanting 8 rounds. Right? So, breaking it down into smaller steps and acting on those. Then measure it again after 3 months. Am I on track? Am I on track of achieving this? Am I working towards my values, towards my goals, my vision? And same way in spiritual life, right? I am speaking mainly from the point of spiritual life only. Whatever our values are, in terms of our chanting, hearing, reading, association with devotees, serving, whatever we value, are we working towards that? Or is it just in a nice to have state? Oh, it will be nice to go to program every week. It will be nice. It's just as a dreaming state only. But am I acting on that? Am I working on my end to go every week? Because nobody is going to carry me in put me there. I have to do my endeavor to go to the program. I have to set my priorities. Right? I have to align my things. I cannot keep telling, oh, today I have this conflict, tomorrow I have this conflict, next week I have this conflict. I have to set my own priorities. We can show so many commitment for so many other things in the life, but when it comes to spiritual life, that is like a last priority. Isn't it? For everybody, spiritual life is like a last priority. If we are able to do, that will be nice. But otherwise, Krishna should understand. I am a very busy person. So sorry, Krishna, I do not have time for you. I am very busy. You should understand. And Krishna is telling, bhai, you should understand. This is the highest priority. You should take out time for this one. So now coming back to Bhagavad Gita. Why we need to apply Bhagavad Gita in our lives? Why Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita at the field of Kurukshetra, at the time of war, to Arjuna? From that itself we have so many lessons to learn. Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Briefly I mentioned last time, right?
No, well, actually, the concept I've heard from you before, it's like it's in the time of the greatest crisis.
Yes.
It's not like they went for a cup of tea and,
It's not that Arjuna and Krishna are standing in a nice classroom setup,
exactly.
right, on a nice sofa and having a conversation.
And Prabhu, you took the right topic right now. On that itself, another hour. Let's go and discuss on that. So that, because if we see, today we are growing, then I can see almost 100 people in another 3 months' time to join this group. When we are growing.
Yes, exactly.
When we are growing, definitely we are growing means we are happy and we are energetic. Today I am doing 10% work, but tomorrow I am going to do 20% work. Next to us, my friend is working same place. Hey, how you are doing it? I am doing something energetic.
Right.
This is my team, my group is there.
Right, so when people see change in you,
That's
they will be inspired to learn from you. What did you differently? Right? What did you do differently? The change I am seeing in you. And I want to know the secret for that.
Yeah, because even husband and wife itself, husband is happy, energetic and healthy. Even though wife is blaming always, or vice versa, it's not like I'm saying that wife.
You know, one statement I heard, just for a joke on the side, one statement I heard is, man is not as bad what every wife thinks, and man is not as good at what every mothers think. Because mother has a very high esteem about her son, right? Mother thinks very high about her son. Maybe person is not as good also, and wife has a very low esteem about the husband also, and maybe the man is not that bad also.
Truth is somewhere in the middle.
That's why I'm thinking you can ask everyone to speak out, give 2 words itself. Then next week they may speak 5 minutes. Even today 2 words they are
Yes.
opening up. Like that we are making it. Definitely tomorrow I or you no need to talk. These people will speak it.
Of course, we want everybody to come and have this seat.
Like that, building the leaders.
Yes, our goal is to build leaders. Our goal is to have everybody take up that position where you can inspire other people and start cultivating other people. And when we come to spiritual life, don't think it is just a complete separate thing, alien thing as my spiritual progress. But once you progress spiritually, you are becoming a better person in all aspects of life. You are more efficient in your work also. Okay, you are advancing in your work also, in your career, in social life, in family life, in all aspect, your consciousness improves. How to handle different situation, how to handle different crises. I was telling why Krishna spoke to Arjuna in that particular situation. Now the situation which Krishna spoke to Arjuna, that's also a situational crisis for Arjuna. Isn't it? Arjuna had to make a decision. And that decision was, should I do this? Should I do that? And many times we are put into that situation in life. Either in our family life or in our career, professional life, in our social life. We have to make some choices like that. Or should I do this? Should I do that? So, decision making. Dharma sankat, which we call dharma sankat. Husband is thinking, should I be on the side of wife? Should I be on the side of mother?
Should be on the right side.
So should be on the right side, yes. So we need to understand that. What is the right side? That's what we need to understand first of all, right? Which one is the right side? Not emotionally making the decision. No, I have to be on the side of my wife or I have to be on the side of my brother. But no, I need to be on the side of on the right side. And maybe don't get into this matter at all. Let them sort out by themselves. That is being on the right side.
Recently,
So-
I was working on methodology, conversion of FE entities of one category of analysis model to another type. Same like one people to leader, how I can convert it. Possibility is that when entity is true, the independent nature, independent nature and its true nature, its right in nature, it's easy to convert from that to here. It's
Yes.
like that when met the husband, wife, one word, when met mother is another word, means he is not independent, he is a dependent. So if we have the independent, true, right nature, it's easy. Even I want to convert abacus model to dynamo model.
Let's not get into too much of these different examples which people will not understand.
Who is your wife, Prabhu? It's a joke. It's a joke.
Just to repeat.
It's a joke.
No, joke only, that is just to repeat.
He was saying, who is your wife? She is not here.
Okay.
My wife is a Lakshmi Devi.
Okay. I'm just joking. Yeah.
So, Prabhu was saying, yes, everybody need to come to that state where everybody becomes the leader, right? And that is our goal. We want everybody to step forward where you can inspire other people. And what do we need to do to be able to inspire others? How can we inspire others?
Set an example.
Set an example.
Action. Yeah.
First of all, I myself need to be inspired, right? If I am inspired, I am enthusiastic, then my enthusiasm will rub on other also. Then I will be able to set example for others. And then in that way, I will be able to inspire other person. If a new devotee comes to program, Prabhu said we want to have 100 people in next 3 months. So, may your words come true, right? That should be our goal. So, but how can that happen? Say a new family comes. They see 10 families here this week. Next week also new family come. 5 of the families are missing. What is the signal we are sending? What is the signal we are sending to those families?
You know that
We are not
consistent.
consistent.
It's okay. If you come, don't come, it's alright, right? It's okay to be inconsistent. See, I'm not here tomorrow today. So next week it's okay if you don't come. But if they come 2-3 weeks and they see these devotees are here regularly every week, consistent, they are very serious about this thing. It's not just some casual get together for 2 hours just for what you call potluck kind of things. Right? People are serious about what they are doing, what they are discussing, what they are talking about. And then in that way we inspire others also. There is a difference in being an asset and a liability. Anybody in accounting side, business side? What is the difference in liability and asset?
They're essentially the opposites of each other. An asset is something that is a positive, it's something that you own. A liability is something that you owe. And it's obviously negative and you have to deal with it.
Yes.
Okay, I can answer.
Yes.
Liability is our responsibility.
Liability is our responsibility. Okay.
On our kid and our parent and all those things.
Okay.
Asset is my character.
Okay. Asset is our
Very
character.
nice, very nice.
If I have the character,
Mm-hmm.
I can build millions of responsibilities.
Yes.
Not only one, only my family. So
So I will rephrase that. If I have asset, if I have character, then I can take responsibility of many liabilities. Right? Anybody else? Matajis? What do you think about asset or liability? You can talk about from your family relationships also.
That's it. I'll explain the joke later. Yeah.
So from the family relationships point of view also, we can talk about this liability and asset. From our spiritual growth point of view also, we can talk about this liability and asset. From business model, in your office also, we can talk about asset and liability. For your company, is your employer considering you asset or a liability?
It depends. They'll find next day it is like that.
Until we are billability, we are asset.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, of course. If the building is there, then we are.
We are asset.
Right. So how you can, okay, let me rephrase that. Okay, how you can transfer your sides from being a liability for your employer to being an asset for your employer?
Well, you have to become.
If you are doing some good job like innovations or anything like that, then you will automatically transfer from liability to asset.
Yes. Right. If they see potential in you, right, you are no more dependent on them every time. Right. Nobody has to keep teaching you, keep feeding something on you, keep spending on you. You are self-inspired. You are self-motivated to do the things. You take full responsibility of the things. Then you are like an asset for them. They are not investing anything in you, but they are getting a maximum return out of you. Then you are asset. But if they are investing in you and not gaining value from you, then you are what? Liability. And if somebody is a liability, then they can be fired very quickly. Isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
In our jobs, in our business, professions, careers, that is the difference in asset and liability. Now think of that from spiritual point of view here. We go to temple, we go to satsang program. For the temple, for the program, are we asset or a liability? Are we asset or liability?
If we are going just for the program to attend.
If we just go for the program, okay, I will eat prasad, come back. They are just feeding, investing their time. Somebody is always investing their time in me. Oh Prabhu, why are you not coming to the program? Please come. Then we are what?
Liability.
Then we are liability. For how long somebody will keep investing their time in us? So we need to change sides from being a liability to being asset. And how can we become an asset? If we become consistent, nobody has to keep motivating us anymore. To a certain degree, it's okay, right? We all human beings, we need some inspirations. But after being 5 year, 10 year, 15 year in the process, after that also I need a daily basis dose of motivation. Then are we a liability or asset? Then we are a liability, right? If my guru has to keep spending time in me, I have to call, oh, Guruji, I have this problem. Guru Maharaj, I have this problem. I need to talk to you every day for getting inspiration on this one. Then I'm just like a liability. I'm not ready to help in his mission. Same way for temple. If we just go, we attend class, we eat prasadam, we come back, then we are just like a liability. But we need to transfer ourselves into being an asset. Asset means, am I adding value from my side into the organization? Right? Just like our jobs, our profession. Am I adding value to my organization? And how do I add value to my organization?
Put your efforts.
If nobody has to keep putting their effort and time and energy in me, I am self-inspired, self-motivated, I am willing to do some service there. Right? And I can inspire others also. In your office, if you are able to mentor other people, if you are able to inspire, hold the team and inspire the team to deliver the work on your committed deadlines, then you will be considered as an asset.
And also one thing, if you start to preaching, no one will be there next to us. Like our actions are good, that is giving the good efficiency, good building something like that, then people will come to us.
Yes, of course. So that's why it says prachar se acharan acha, right? Rather than I have to keep telling somebody by preaching them, if I myself do those things, then people will be inspired. If you invite 10 people and we tell them chant the holy name and you yourself are not chanting, will they be inspired? If I tell everybody please come to temple, please come to temple, please come to temple, I myself don't show up ever, will they be inspired to come? So we have to show by our own action, right? Not by just words, by preaching only. So yes, that is the most important point, that we have to show by our own behavior, by our own action.
Lead by example.
Yeah, lead by example. That is what Srila Prabhupada is called as Acharya. Right? What is the meaning of Acharya? Who shows by Acharan. That is Acharya, who shows by their own Acharan. So there is a difference in teacher and Acharya. A teacher can be just theoretically speaking. He knows what is written in the textbook and he just speaks whatever is in the textbook. Is he himself practicing, implementing in his own life? When we implement first in our own life and then you teach that thing, that is called Acharya. So we also need to show by our own exemplary behavior if we want to inspire others. And it's not the responsibility of one person. It's not the responsibility of only the program leader, only the temple leader. It is the responsibility of everybody. So we all need to become asset into our organization. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sending. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I shared that chapter, the devotional tree. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have planted this tree. Right? This tree has become like a nice tree and so many fruits are growing on this tree. So first of all, what is this tree? The tree of devotional service. And what is the fruit on that tree? The love of Godhead. Right? So I have planted this tree which has become like a huge tree and so many nice fruits are growing. I myself am tasting that fruit. I am relishing that love of Godhead. But how many trees I can grow? How many fruits I can eat myself? And how many fruits I can distribute alone? So I want all of you to also taste this fruit and distribute this fruit to others. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sending all these different devotees, Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, Shrivasacharya, Gadadhar Pandit, all those, these are going and doing Harinam, chanting the holy name and giving the love of Godhead to others. Requesting everybody else, please chant the holy name. Bhai tere paun padum ek baar hari bol. Yeah, I am falling at your lotus feet. I am falling at your feet. I don't know what it is. Lotus or not. Lotus or not yet. Dry leaves or lotus, dry feet or lotus feet, I don't know. But the point is, I am falling at your feet with a blade in between the teeth here, holding a blade of grass in the teeth. I am requesting you, please chant the holy name. For whose benefit? For whose benefit they are requesting? For the benefit of that person only, right? No, not for their benefit. Somebody chant the holy name. It's not that the pious credit gets deposited in your account. They are building their own spiritual bank balance if they do that. So we are encouraging also. So in same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appointed us also as his representative and sending us that, okay, go and distribute this holy name to others. Okay, distribute this fruit to others. And Nityananda Prabhu, when he goes to distribute this holy name, it's called Nam Hatta. Yeah, again, Bengali word Nam Hatta. Hatta means shop. Prabhu can speak that word more pronounced. Heart. Heart means shop, marketplace. So Nam Hatta means a shop for the holy name. So he has opened the shop for the holy name and it's available free of price. Anybody can and purchase it. There is only one single price for that. What is the price?
Devotion.
Your own desire, right? Your own desire to chant the holy name, your own lolyam, what is that? Greed. To chant the holy name. That yes, I want to chant the holy name. I want to hear Harikatha.
Can I add one thing?
Yes.
So there is a poem in the Sri Venkatesa. Sri Venkatesa or Sri Rama or Sri Krishna all are saying Nithyaya Niravadhyaya Satyananda Siddhatmani Sarvantaratmani Srimad Venkatanadaya Srinivasaya Mangalam Sarvantaratma. There may be trillion or billion lives are there. In each and every one, you are there. Sarvantaratmani, you are there. What is your patience? Even it is a donkey, it is an animal donkey, it is animal something. It's a human become like animals. Still you are there inside of that one. That's what Sarvantaratmani. So,
Yes.
So that is the time if we see Sri Mahavishnu and we say that one that Nityaya Niravadhyaya Satyananda Siddhatmani Sarvantaratmani Srimad Venkatanadaya Srinivasaya Mangalam. If someone is understanding and seeing the Sri Mahavishnu or Sri Krishna, so they will realize that how much patience he has inside of this human being is sitting inside as a soul and helping every minute because of this all the sounds we are listening these sounds, but inside he is also saying that something we are not able to listen, so we should listen him first.
Yeah, so we have to listen to the super soul sitting in the heart because he is there with every living being. Okay, that's why we call the Supreme Lord, he is the most dear friend. He is sitting in our heart as Paramatma in every species of life. Either you are as a human being, you become as a demigod, or you become as a dog also on the street. He is there in everybody's heart, accompanying everybody, witnessing everybody's action, witnessing everybody's desire. Updrashta Anumanta cha. He is noting down all the activities of everybody. And he is granting as per what they deserve. He sanctions what they deserve. So we need to listen to the super soul in our heart also, who has been telling us, who has been guiding us, but because our material consciousness is so strong, the spiritual consciousness, the voice coming from within, becomes very minimized, very low voice. Right? We are not even able to pay attention to that voice coming from within. So as we open up our consciousness, as we spiritually progress, then our internal consciousness also, our spiritual consciousness progresses, develops, and then we can hear the internal sound, internal voice also, the voice of the super soul also more clearly, as we connect ourselves more and more to the Supreme Lord. Okay, so I don't want to keep going on this. The point we were talking about today, as a summary, we were talking about how to measure our spiritual progress. And for that, we need to introspect ourselves. Am I doing the activities which align with my aspirations? Whatever our aspirations are, break down those into smaller steps, smaller tasks, and work towards those. If we want to inspire others, first we need to be inspired. We need to be exemplary. Then we can set example for others and inspire others. We need to turn ourselves from liability side to become asset. And it applies in all aspects of life. It applies in your family life. It applies in your career, professional life. It applies in your spiritual life also. Okay, I gave the example of professional life, liability versus asset. Right? Are you value addition to the company, or you are just receiving from them? They have to keep investing their time and energy. Same way in family also. In family also we have to think, are we in a liability bracket or we are in the asset bracket? It's just as a small child. In the beginning, the child is responsibility on the parents. Parents are taking care of the child. They are in one hand maybe holding the child also, on the other hand holding his school bag also to drop them to the school. Right, in the beginning. But later on, the child, he becomes independent. Now the child father doesn't have to keep carrying him on in his lap. Now the child is ready to walk and hold his own school bag. And as the child further grows, now the child is able to lift the burden of the parents also. Right? Now he is in a state where he start lifting. You go to shopping and you have so many carry bags, and the son says, Papa, give to me, I can lift it. So he has transferred from liability stage to asset stage. But if he just stays in the liability stage, even in family life it doesn't work. Right? So in all aspects of life, this principle apply. Whatever the teachings of Bhagavad Gita are, it's not just for our spiritual progress. We can see how these teachings apply in all our aspects of life. Be it family life, be it your professional life, social life, spiritual life. I will give you another example. The verse in Bhagavad Gita which comes as Yukta Ahar Viharasya. Right? One need to regulate his eating, his recreation, his work, all those things. Now that verse also you can put in practice in all aspects of life. Right? How to be regulated in all these things for your career, for your family life, for your spiritual life. So don't think Bhagavad Gita is only Gyan Shastra to practice spirituality. Bhagavad Gita is to apply in your day-to-day life, in all aspects of life.
That's true.
So let's start introspecting ourselves. Am I keeping myself in the liability side, or I am trying to go into asset side?
So
Okay.
we can see in the next week, everyone 5 minutes they are speaking.
Yeah, we can have next session where everybody will speak 5 minutes, share their points or share their values, whatever you have written today, and how you are moving towards, or what are you doing to achieve those. So maybe every week we can have 2-3 devotees share at least, right? Not in one session everybody, but we can have 2-3 devotees share in each session, and in that way everybody take inspiration, right? We can inspire others also with our examples. So next week we can have one Mataji, one Prabhu share, and you can message me, you can let me know that okay, today I will share in this session, in next session I will share.
If all are interested,
Yeah, no force. We want people to come forward and volunteer from their side. Yes, we will like to share.
you are promising, and also another 2-3 months you are achieving those things. Then I can see from them 10 people next to them. Definitely.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.